What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are here, we are back with another Seeking Sister Wife video. And this one is episode 2 of season 4. So without no further ado, let's begin by giving a big massive shout out to every single person that is a member of the channel. Now let's get into it, come on now.
I was thinking it'd probably be cool if we do maybe a call or a video chat with Bert sometime to just,
Today or what, tomorrow or when?
I think today might be good for her. We're in Los Angeles to meet Leah as a potential third wife and see if she's a fit for our family. Roberta has been a little distant and cold with Leah, I think, because she wasn't fully on board with us seeking a third. There will definitely be an adjustment with a third coming in, and I think it'll be maybe a little more challenging for Roberta being on the opposite end of that. I know what I had to go through when a wife was added, you know.
So we know the history between Danielle and Roberta. To be fair, I did make a video about it earlier on last week, so you can check it out to update yourself if you don't know what I'm talking to. I'm talking about or referencing about. But we know that Roberta and, well, let's just say the man himself in particular, Garrick, definitely got a little bit intimacy in the last season behind Danielle's back. And of course, since then, there's been tension with Danielle and basically Garrick and Roberta. So to be fair with you, it does kind of feel fitting that Danielle wants to add in a third person, well, a fourth person to the mix, but a third wife. Purely in my opinion, I don't think it's a case of where she wants to have one. I think she wants to bring one in that's basically going to level the playground when it comes to Roberta. Someone to come in and potentially even push Roberta out of the equation, because it is very evident that Danielle is no longer a fan of Roberta and probably never will be. So, and to be fair, let's not mess about. She's wasted no time by saying, hey, we're going to give her a call real quick and, you know, so we can because she wants to see Roberta's response, because she already knows that Roberta may not be down with the new addition. But Jared, on the other hand, he's like, listen, man, I've got different flavors. I got an American woman, I got a Latino, and I got a Coke, and I've got a Medellin queen. Oh my God, this guy is a lucky guy. I'm not gonna lie to you, but 3 women, 3 problems. I can't do that. Let's continue.
But we all have to work together. We can't be harboring these hard feelings.
Yeah. I know she won't be able to talk long, but I thought it'd just be good for her to see your face.
Yeah. Say hi to her and stuff.
Exactly.
See how that goes.
Yeah. Break that ice a little more because you guys haven't been able to talk much and all that, so.
Yeah. My relationship with Roberta is really rocky. When we message back and forth, I feel like I'm carrying the conversation completely. I'll ask her about herself, and she doesn't ask me like about work. I don't know if it's the language barrier or she just genuinely doesn't like me.
Why am I not surprised? Why am I not surprised? Roberta is simply a problem. And to be fair with you, it's a good thing that they're bringing in a new woman to the mix, because to be honest with you, it favors Danielle to a degree where Danielle can sit there and say, well, at least you know I wasn't necessarily the issue when it came to Roberta becoming an equation, and Roberta is most certainly seemingly the issue. And I think, to be honest with you, it's only going to create their relationship to be even more toxic than what it really is. But when we're talking about it on entertainment value, I cannot complain. Just keeping it 100. But nonetheless, though, the matter of the fact is, at this moment in time, I feel like once Roberta makes that flight journey all the way to the States and obviously becomes a part of the mix, you know, Roberta's going to have to kind of, you know, swallow her pride or whatever madness goes in her mind and say, listen, there's now 3 ladies and we've got to find a way to coexist. Because at the end of the day, what Roberta doesn't want to have is to have a situation where she's in a relationship with 2 other females involved, and those females don't like her because, you know, she's moving in a way that is unnecessary. You know what I mean? But of course, let's not forget though, the common denominator is always going to be Garrick, because to be honest with you, he needs to step in or step up, shall I say, and conduct and say, listen, ladies, you all have me. So let's all be friends. Let's all be on the same page. You know what I mean? So to be fair, he does have a role to play. And to be honest with you, he did cause damage by obviously being intimate with Roberta in the previous season anyway, behind Danielle's back, or at least without Danielle's acknowledgement at the time. So he obviously does play a part as well. But it seems to me as if Roberta isn't making it any better for herself, and she's just literally digging more and more of an issue, given the fact that there's a new woman in and she's already being cold. And that's just not needed. But I think that's evident. It's a bit like Robin Brown, do you know what I mean? Like, it's evident that when she came into the Brown family, like, she didn't really want to be a part of the other women. She kind of just wanted him to herself, or she wanted to be at least be the head honcho. And I think Roberta has the same kind of complex to a certain degree, but I don't really know if Roberta really wants to be a part of a poly lifestyle, to be honest with you. Let's get into it.
We have rented an Airbnb to be able to spend some quality time and get to know Leah a little better. Got it? Okay, I'll go.
You can go first.
I just want to see some booty.
Leah's funny.
She's hilarious. I think that's one of my favorite things about Leah is her sense of humor.
She's very bold and driven.
Roberta's more like reserved and collected. Leah is probably a 180 from Roberta, for sure.
They have a girl here, so.
Can you make something?
You can just see the energy that Danielle has though. She's so excited and so ecstatic, you know what I mean? She knows things is about to go down. Oh boy, so far I'm enjoying the season though, I'm not gonna lie to you. I think, after watching 9 Day Fiancé and just being disappointed with the current cast right now, I feel like when I'm looking at Seeking Sister Wife, the beginning of it at this moment in time has a lot of promise for it to be a decent episode, to be a decent series, regardless whether it's scripted or not. At least it's better than 9 Day. And to be fair, 9 Day Love in Paradise is all that's also got gems. But anyway, let's continue.
Yeah. Chicken and beer?
Just chicken and beer. I'm down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably change and put on something else and get more comfortable. I feel like I'm still traveling.
Definitely.
I want to get comfortable and we could chill out here.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Let's do it.
I am excited to get to know Leah a little better, but also a little nervous about Roberta feeling jealous, feeling insecure. Like, I know it's hard for Roberta just wishing that she was here before we added another wife, and we're definitely considering her feelings and all this and how this affects her. So, how are you feeling?
Good.
Yeah?
It's still kind of surreal.
Yeah? Letting it sink in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little bit nervous about the video call. I just hope it'll give, Bert some calmness about moving forward and getting to know her a little bit better. Just seeing her face and maybe feeling her demeanor a little bit. Yeah.
Oh.
Hey, y'all.
Hey there.
Hey. Hey, gorgeous. What's up? More comfortable?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We're going to call Roberta and see if she has a few minutes to chat. All right. Yeah. I think it's very important to Garrick and I that all wives get along. I don't think that we would ever feel comfortable adding a third wife if Roberta didn't connect with her. I think the worst case scenario for this trip would be for some reason we just
Can't get along.
We all know Danielle does not want Roberta to connect with the third wife. We all know she wants the third wife to come in and shake things up. The things that we say sometimes just to get our own way, hey? But yes, this is about to get juicy. Or at least I hope it does. One night, I really hope it does, yeah. I live for the entertainment, what can I say? Call me evil, call me cruel, I don't care. Okay, let's continue.
What's up, T?
Interesting.
I guess.
Ish. So that means you still need to work on it?
Yeah.
Because Dad gonna ask.
Yeah. Yo.
Dad? Daddy's home.
I'm Marcus. This is my wife, Taryn, my fiance, India, and we're the S family. We've been living.
He called her his fiance. One is his wife, but you can't get married more than once though. So I don't understand the purpose behind that. Can somebody explain to me, please? I'm not a part of this polygamous lifestyle. I'm learning as I go. You know what I mean? How can? Oh, but then again, though, you've got no. But Cody isn't married to all these women. He's just married to one legally, and then the rest of them are just wives, via somehow, some way. But I didn't realize that you got. But obviously, that lifestyle is completely different because that's more church driven. This one here, I don't think it is church driven. You know what I mean? I don't think it's a religious thing. I do wonder why he said fiance. So I'm just processing right now. But if you know the answer, let me know, because obviously you can only marry one. But hey. Let's see. Now, we didn't get this chance to meet this couple last week, so obviously this is their first introduction to us. So let's see what they bring to the table.
For the last 2 years, and I think it's going great. What about you?
It is going great.
Yo, I miss you. Taryn and I met in college.
I was a junior. You were a freshman.
One of the girls that I was just sleeping with, not in a relationship with, was one of her really good friends. And I saw her picture in her bedroom, and when I want something, I'm going to try to get it. And 5 months later, she gave me her virginity. That's kind of how it happened.
How was people?
They redistricting my ward.
I said that.
Crazy.
Did they come up with a solution yet for it or no?
We're going to have a committee meeting now and have a discussion about this.
Yeah.
I'm very passionate about the work that I do. I'm an elected official in the town that I grew up, in Euclid, Ohio. Life is quite interesting these days, flying back and forth between Ohio and Florida with my family being primarily here for the winter. Living a polygamous lifestyle affects my profession quite a bit. One of the hardest parts for us was, the idea is that I'm some deviant or I'm some, something is wrong with me or we're doing something wrong by living this lifestyle. But I'm committed.
He loves it.
I'm just glad to be here with y'all. You should see what I packed. I got shorts and
I know you're ready.
I'm ready.
School, hit the beach.
I'm ready. I deserve it too. A couple days anyway.
Marcus and I had been together for about 11 or 12 years. And Marcus was doing things that, a married man probably shouldn't do. It was not an open relationship. There was not an understanding that he should have been able to, go out and have other women.
I was not allowed to be juggling 5 to 10 women.
I think that Marcus took advantage of the fact that I was so understanding and like laid back and cool. And so I got to a point where I needed to know if our relationship could go on. So I decided I was going to move out with our daughter.
She wanted to know if she could do it without me.
I did, or if I was going to forgive you.
Yeah.
Me and Marcus met one night when I was downtown with some girlfriends having some drinks.
Wait. Hold on a minute. I don't know if I'm misunderstanding this, but let me try and process this. So are they saying that Marcus had issues with being loyal? So in the end, she basically then said, you know what, we might as well just add another woman to the mix. I'm trying to process. Am I missing something? Because I mean, if you're telling me that I can get into a relationship today, be unloyal, and then my missus is like, you know what, we might as well just add it to the mix because I want you to stay. I don't want to lose you, to be honest with you. So if you got to get your groove on another woman, we'll just bring it into the mix. You know what I mean? Is that how people be getting into poly relationships nowadays? Okay, let me go find myself a girl and then let me be unloyal and then tell her I was unloyal. And then when she gets upset, I'll be like, well, we can always bring her to the mix if you want to, you know? Yeah. Boy, I would get beat. I'm joking. But sorry, it's just a very unusual story. I've never come across it like that before, you know? But okay, maybe I missed something, but let's continue.
He was my speed as far as height. Like, I'm not attracted to super tall guys, so he fit that bill.
And yeah, we've been inseparable ever since as well. Where's your Braylon?
He wasn't Tristan. He's probably working on his homework as well, because that's what Tristan was doing.
That's what Tristan was doing?
He said he had like one more assignment.
Yeah, because you know I got those questions from everybody too. Let's see what everybody got going on. Bring him out.
I ended up being gone from the home about, I would say a little over a year. Mm-hmm. We began to have conversations about getting our marriage back together. At the same time, he was in a full-blown, he was engaged to India. I was like, F that for real.
I was like, wait a minute, I wanted to keep her, but I wasn't willing to let India go.
When I moved back into Marcus's house, I told Marcus, like, she gotta go. But then I met India. I gave it like a month or two. And so now, like, I know her and I like her. So when Marcus brought up the idea of polygamy to me, I felt that it kind of made sense for us. I also really like the fact that I can have a relationship and love another person without it being like a relationship that threatens my marriage with you.
He brought the idea of polygamy to me, and at the time I wasn't interested in even trying the lifestyle at that point. But he was persistent, and I realized like how much I loved him, so I decided to try. We have growing pains, just like a regular relationship, but me and Taryn get along great, and so the dynamic for us just works. And I think people have to do what works for them, not necessarily what society tells you should work for you.
Baby girl.
Well, goddamn. Goddamn. Okay. You go, bro. You do your thing. Yeah. And it's clear he has a type because both women look identical in terms of the hairstyles. You know what I mean? Okay. All right. I mean, personally, if I was going to polygamous relationship, man, I would make sure they're all different. You know what I mean? What's the point of having two women that are the same? That's kind of boring still. I mean, physically, by the way. You know what I mean? I'd have one little, this one, that one. Let's continue, please.
Boys, I want to talk to y'all. Come up, holler at daddy for a second. The way our sleeping arrangements are, we alternate nights.
One of the common misconceptions about polygamy is that it is solely based on sex and that all of us have sex together, and it's just, you wake up, it's an orgy, you go to sleep, it's an orgy, and it's like,
we're trying to build a family.
Little do they know.
Daddy! Hair like this, baby. I like it. Of course, if you're out here, your AirPod will be out here too. What you been up to?
Nothing, just on the phone like I always am.
Taryn and I have one child together. The two of us, our daughter Kylan, and then my son Tristan lives with us. And then Jabraylin, JB is Tristan's best friend, and he lives with us as well. How are you adapting right now this quarter?
I'm doing all right. I got one thing to do.
And I'll have to ask you, I know your schoolwork is good. Listen, y'all, I want to tell y'all this. I think that we're going to, that I'm going to go on a date with Bina. I know we've been talking about it, but I think I'm going to do that. And I met 12 or 13 years ago. She lives in Charlotte, North Carolina. She is a hairstylist, runs her own salon there. She also has a 5-year-old son who is a super cool kid.
We have never really thought to bring her in as a part of the family, but she kind of just reached out to say like, well, I would like to be a part of your family. And that is also dating other people as well, because we want to make sure we have the right person.
I want to hear though, how do y'all really feel about Dad doing that?
I like Brenda. She's cool.
Yeah.
Great. Do you think it'll be like crowded?
They can't date more crowd.
I think maybe I'm finding it hard to really process this because it's not every day that you see someone of, you know, I mean, a black person, I mean, people of color, you know what I mean? My own little Melanesian beauty community, like really living this lifestyle like this. And the way they're doing it is so different to how everyone else's story is. You know what I mean? Their story is just so like, listen, we're just going with it, man. We're just going with it. We're just adding more as we continue. But at the end of the day, to be honest with you, I can only really respect how they go about it compared to how Nick goes about it. You know, the Davises, obviously I made a video about them and how this guy is legit recruiting women who are younger than him by far to legit just work while he does nothing. Yeah, that guy there, he's moving mad. And I hope we don't get to see him this week, to be fair. Probably will, but yeah. But nonetheless, though, to be fair, I do have a certain respect level, though, too, in terms of how they're communicating themselves at this moment in time. But it's not a trailer that dropped. Controversy is due to come with this family. But right now, it seems to me as if they're playing that goody two-shoes type of role, saying that, yeah, we got everything under control, we got everything, you know, in place, we don't have no toxic vibes, but we all know it's coming. This is TLC, goddammit. Let's continue.
I was going to say that too. We live a crowded life anyway.
To be honest, it would suck if, you know, Marcus hits it off with someone and we, you know, don't feel comfortable or safe or anything like that, then we would have to move on from that person because we don't want to mess up what we already have.
Coming up.
You know, my biggest thing is avoiding jealousy and things like that. And
But it's something you can't really avoid.
this finally coming along.
I'm not sure what they've got done here the last few days. It's been a while since we've been out.
Yeah.
Brenda and I are here at our new house that we're building. It's been a process.
The windows are in.
No, I like that window. I'm glad we picked that out. Last year, we relocated from Dallas, and it was mainly driven due to the pandemic. Broadly speaking, I'm in aerospace sales, and my work sent us to work from our home office. It opened up an opportunity for us to not live in the city, where we're able to build our dream house, not only for us, but for our family as we expand it. All right, so let's try to vision this now that we're getting closer and we actually got the walls up and everything in here.
Oh, they got the doors in there too.
Polygamy, to me, in the beginning, it was more of a lifestyle because it was something that we just came across, that we weren't looking for, that it just happened. But then as we explored it more and became more involved with the lifestyle, it did feel more of a calling.
We'll have the outdoor kitchen.
The outdoor kitchen and the patio, and so how much wildlife are we going to see out there?
A lot. That'll be fun, especially if there's little ones.
Yeah. April is the person that we are currently courting. We met April about 5 months ago, and we have been dating exclusively for a little over 3 months now. I mean, I think for all the years that we've been looking, April's somebody special, right? I mean, she just fits.
I think she's really cool.
Ideally, my vision with April, I mean, like a best friend where you just like, you could always count on them.
We're getting to know each other. We're still, I think, in the early stages. Like any relationship, there's always learning and room to grow. I was in her spot, so it's hard when there's two people already established for a while and trying to just communicate your emotions because they are the couple already. So you guys already have this, you know, communication, this history.
When we talk about communication and opening up,
Yeah.
I mean, I know that she internally struggles with saying how she feels or what she likes or what she doesn't like, what she wants to do.
Lately, she's been giving us
Yes,
a little bit
she's
more
good.
insight of her feelings and her thoughts.
I think I feel more confident than what Brenda does at this moment. It's going to take time for April to prove to Brenda that she truly does want to have that level of a connection with her. It's going to be a get in to see the real April. April doesn't have any clue that, I mean, we're building this house for a plural family. I wouldn't say that we're ready to ask her to move in yet, but we're having those kind of conversations with each other. That's where we're working towards, that goal. And so now it's just figuring out what do we got to accomplish before we can get to that point.
I'm just hoping, I'm trying to be hopeful. I think we're at a good place, and this will be a good house.
Yeah.
Good memories.
Yes.
Can't wait until it's done.
Yes.
Well, that was exciting. Do you know what, though? I'm going to say this, though. I think it's very, very interesting. It's very effed up, to be fair with you, that some of these couples bring in a woman that is very, very young. That's off-key. I'm going to leave it as that. It looks to me as if the next couple we're about to get is going to be the Davises. Oh, God. Let's go. Let's get it.
So now, just really wanted to kind of give you an idea of where it is that we are all hoping
kids with Danielle. It's a big deal. This is something we've never done before. You know, we knew from the moment we met you what we were wanting and hoping this to turn into.
Yeah. This is Nick and I's first date, one-on-one. I'm incredibly nervous because we always do spend so much time in a group. You know, we haven't really gone out by ourselves like this. This is definitely a big step in our relationship.
We're getting pretty hopeful that this is going to be something that's going to be permanent. For us to progress into something bigger than we are now. I have certain questions. There's just so many aspects of being in a relationship like this that are unusual and could be problematic. When people find out that I am in a polygamous marriage, they'll say, that's not fair. Why do you get to have multiple partners and he only gets to be with one? I mean, there's already so much that I'm sure you all have to sacrifice in terms of what ideas you might have had for yourself in your future. To come on board into this kind of collective unit, you know? You're all good with that? You're okay with the idea that we'll be locked into this sort of arrangement like this?
Yeah. I do see myself committing to the relationship for the rest of my life. It's been interesting for me to wrap my head around that because I had such a different idea of the future. I would have thought maybe college, maybe, you know, roommates, doing this, doing that, but I wouldn't imagine necessarily being in a plural relationship, working towards a family, you know, and that's huge. I never soon in my life, but I can't complain necessarily because I'm really happy where we're at and where we're going and the speed of it as well.
I made a video, didn't I, about this couple, about this family, and you know what? I'm gonna say this right now. This girl has been coerced. Yes, I made a video before about her April. Is it April or was it the other girl? The one that's already a part of the mix, the younger one, okay? We already talked about how, you know, it seems as if she may have been coerced into a poly lifestyle at a very young age. I believe she must have got into that poly relationship around the age of 19, give or take. This girl's now 22, you know what I mean? Which is a different girl. And it's interesting how him and his wife keep going for girls very, very young, you know? And it's a very, very suspect. And it was also quite interesting because he's probably the one picking them out. And to be honest, if we're looking at Nick and we're looking at the other guy we just saw a second ago, the boring man, to be honest, it seems to me as if they're out here shopping around for young females to feed some sort of desire they have, and these women who are their wives are allowing to do it because they're too afraid to let these guys go. Because I mean, ideally, you'd imagine that maybe you'd bring in someone like of a certain age, or you know, a certain like experience, or, you know, just someone that's kind of already been a part of the lifestyle, not someone who's never been a part of it, and you're just bringing them in. It just all feels very sus. Very sus. Now, I'm not saying that age is a fact in terms of when you should be in a poly relationship. No, I'm saying that we're seeing men and wives who are a 30 plus, near enough 40 age, right, courting girls at the age of 19 to 22, like early. Doesn't that seem off key to anyone? Like, yo, that's messed up. It legit makes me feel like these men are like, yeah, yo, I want to bring someone new to the mix, and the women are like, oh, but I don't want to lose you, so okay, we'll let you do it. Okay, so what are you thinking? I'm thinking of someone like half our age, potentially. Oh, okay. I don't want to lose you. Okay, so I'll let you do that too. Yeah. It's not like I've got to be intimate with the girl anyway, so it's all good. And notice that too, you know? Like, we've got the, I forgot the name of the family now. We literally just saw them a second ago, right? Where the ladies are all within age range, you know what I mean? And they all have fun together, you know what I'm saying? Which is a good thing, right? I'm not saying that you're supposed to have fun together, obviously, in a poly relationship anyway, but what I'm trying to say is that the ages do make a lot of sense, you know what I mean, in terms of the perception that we're seeing from the couples that are dating within the ages compared to the couples that are dating within completely out of the ages, you know what I mean? I'm just saying, man, something off-key is happening. Honestly, to think that adopting adults was literally like cancelled like a few months back, and TLC are now bringing us back-to-back madness. We already had Benjamin and Mahogany on 90 Day Fiance. We've now got flipping what do you call it? This Nick guy. Then we got this guy as well. No, we got Nick guy and we got another guy. And then to be honest with you, this may be a bit far-fetched, but you think TLC would kind of refrain from bringing us TV that is kind of involving things that come across off key, considering like they have a pattern of always bringing in people who are always in trouble with the law. I mean, we're looking at, I don't want to say it, but we're looking at the guy that just got sentenced for not enough years for having child, you know what I'm talking about, on his computer, right? Kind of stuff. Like, I'm just saying, man, there's a pattern here that's off key. Maybe you can say I'm going a bit too deep or going too far into it, but I just want to point out that there's a pattern here. You know what I mean? And I won't be surprised if after this season's over, we're hearing some very funky stories about people in terms of not as in rumors or like fan stuff, I'm talking factual stuff, and there's a fly in this blood clot place. That's actually happening legally. You know what I mean? Yeah, but yeah, let's get into it.
My biggest thing is avoiding insecure doubts. Is my place here solid? Do they really care about me? Things like that.
Because they definitely arise. I mean, even for me, there was some adjustment that I had to do. Even seeing April and Jennifer take to you the way they did. And there was something about it that was like, hey, wait, this attention's supposed to be on me. This is my thing, but
this guy's full of crap about adjustment. Adjustment for what? Your role hasn't changed. When you was with your woman originally, what did you do? Oh yeah, you stayed at home and did nothing and looked after her kid. Then you had a new woman add into the mix. What did you do? Oh yeah, you stayed at home and did nothing. So I don't know why he's talking about adjustment for. There ain't no adjustment with this guy, man. What kind of clown is he? Look at him, setting a lie. Girl, run.
I think my relationship with you is just as important as my relationship with April and Jennifer. Yes, most definitely.
In some ways, maybe more important.
It can't be underlying jealousy and issues and things like that.
But it's something you can't really avoid, So I just want to make sure that if that does happen, if you do have feelings of jealousy, envy, or anything like that, that you understand that we're open to talk about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you start feeling those things, say something.
Yeah.
I'll be interested to see how she handles crisis when that occurs. Just because she does seem so all for it, and she's just complete optimism, which is a beautiful thing. But I just hope that is balanced off with some pragmatism. Well, I had a wonderful evening with you.
Yeah, no, I had a good time too.
Would you be interested in maybe coming back to the house?
Yeah, I would love to.
The whole scene, all I've seen this guy do is this. Man looking like a freaking piranha or something like that. Why are you so thirsty for, bro, man? Like, this guy, he's just thinking about, I can't wait. This guy makes me feel so uncomfortable, man. It's just off-key dude, very off-key.
I'm taking Danielle back to the bedroom tonight. A little one-on-one time. This is the first step for us, so this is definitely taking our relationship to a level or to a place that we haven't quite gone to. So I think things are really getting serious at this point.
I would like to have sex with Nick tonight, and I'm really excited, but I'm also feeling a little nervous too. I hope April and Jennifer are, okay with this.
Tell me now.
I can tell a little bit special, a little bit different, so I'm very excited to go out with both of them. Come in, girls.
Hello. Have we been here before?
No.
Awesome. Welcome to Taste Our Eastern around here.
Yeah, just a few minutes on the road. April and my relationship's going really well. The two of us have a certain kind of chemistry that's working out really well. Even though it's a young relationship, you can definitely tell that there's something there. There's something more there.
Ready for yours?
Yes.
We also have cheese trays and snacks as well if y'all get hungry, if you want anything.
Yeah, you should get a cheese tray. Yeah.
Put that in for you. Thank you.
This is actually something that Brenda's been talking about, wanting to do for a while. When I think about being a sister wife with Brenda and Steve, today is how I imagined it. All of us just always together. The relationship with Steve is great, but just the added bonus of somebody that knows him so well and that I get along with great too. Just very natural and simple. So do we start lightest
Start at the top and you work your way to the bottom. When we start bringing somebody, we always do it together. The first few dates, it's always the three of us. Because we are looking to see if there is that connection and if that person can fit into an existing relationship. Honestly, it's a learning process for all of us.
It's really good. Take one more.
It's a wine tasting, not a wine drinking. Come on.
Cheers.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't even cheers. When we're dating somebody, we don't have any rules. No guidelines, or there are no must do or must not do's. You have to communicate and you have to respect each other. And if you do that, then there doesn't have to be any rules because we all understand that we're all in it for the same reason.
This guy is full of freaking garbage. Talking about, there's not really any rules, but we just communicate. This guy's up to something sly. I said this last episode that this guy right now is coming across quite mellow and quite but I'm telling you, some slyness is about to happen with this guy. We're waiting for it. I wouldn't be surprised if he's the one that we hear about after the season's over and we're hearing about, my guy's been charged for this and charged for that, or he's been found out for doing this, for doing that. This guy is a calculated guy. The calculated ones are the ones you need to watch out for the most, talking about there's no rules and that. Don't lie. Don't lie to yourself. Listen, man, you have no rules, but you've given them rules, haven't you? Don't lie to us. You think I'm stupid? They may be, but not me. When I say they, I don't mean you guys. I mean the women he's dating. Yeah. But let's get into it.
Intimacy really boils down to, is this a serious relationship? And not until we're all comfortable with it being a serious relationship does intimacy start to get discussed.
Have you guys had sex?
Yeah, I have been intimate with April.
Is it the darker they are, the drier they are?
I don't know.
You can have white dries, I think.
That is true. You're so smart.
Are you guys bonding?
Did you ever figure out what kind of cheese this is?
I put some on my pinky and it didn't taste bad.
On your pinky? Is
This
that...
one, like,
They didn't see that.
I just gotta like,
I just gotta check
you
it
gotta
out
down
before
it
they
all.
see it.
You're gonna mix it in there.
I mean, it's great just to be able to sit down with these two beautiful women and just laugh and just have fun and just be able to look at their eyes and just see happiness between everybody here. It feels so special to have those kind of moments. It's,
oh my god, we haven't even finished our second tasting.
Getting a little hot.
since the sun is setting, you guys want to go outside for a walk?
Yeah, that sounds good.
These will all be here when you come back. Mine is made. Are you freezing? Here.
Thank you.
She's like, thank you.
I was getting that sense, like, what is taking you so long? That is...
Her legs froze. She can't move.
Oh goodness.
I wonder like, how busy this place gets. Yeah. You guys are really that cold?
I'm not as cold as Brenda is. She's making me feel cold.
Do you want to go inside for a minute?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She frost.
All right. We'll be in just a minute. Up to this point, April and I haven't spent a lot of one-on-one time. You know, maybe for an hour here or an hour there. And so any few moments that you get just one-on-one is very important, very special. I'm glad that you're here tonight. Up here in the chilliness.
Yep. Finally the wine tasting.
Yeah, I know. We've been talking about it for so long. See, the labels are coming out when we get started. It's all right. I'll protect you.
I feel like you're pushing me towards it.
My hand's cold? Yes. My hands will always be colder.
Showing Steve affection or like getting affection from him now like definitely feels more like natural versus in the beginning whenever he would just like touch my hand I would just be like is this okay? Yeah, but now I really just don't think twice about it.
I mean, I can say at this point, level of feeling and emotional connection between the two of us has gone to love.
Just look at the wife. Guess what, lady? You signed up for this. You chose to be here for this. So there's no turning back now. To be honest with you, man, the whole scene for me was just very uncomfortable because it just didn't feel like as if it was... The wife made me feel very uncomfortable, to be honest with you, because I feel like she's just there to play the game, but really and truly she doesn't want it to be this way, you know? I feel like she's just lying to herself, but that's just the vibe that I get, you know? But maybe that's just because TLC's always giving us camera angles of her always looking a bit like... That was terrible facial expressions, but yeah, let's continue.
Is the love of my life. And I mean, I know that he's gonna fall in love with someone, and that's the goal, and we both know that. But it's I don't know, something could be a little bit hard where it's like, does he love her more than me? Is he gonna stop loving me? It just gets, I don't know, it's hard. Like, I hope it's gonna be worth it.
Excited about Nick coming home. I want to see how it went already. Nick is on a date with her potential new sister wife, Danielle. It's their first one-on-one date. You know, that's a really big deal. Finally getting to that point to where they're breaking off and being able to have that alone time means that myself and my sister wife, Jen, have developed that confidence and trust in Danielle that, you know, we're not just having her waste, you know, Nick's time because she's really serious about it.
I'm hopeful. I'm definitely really hopeful to see
I'm
where
hopeful
this
too
goes.
because I really wanted to work with her. I really do, and I think Nick really likes her a lot.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, I think she's moving at a good pace with us. Like the pace that she seems to want to go is the same pace that we want to go, and is flowing really good. You know.
Right.
You know, her personality just seems to go good with ours. Right. You know, and with us being able to get along together, I think that just is going to help Nick and her even be stronger. I mean, I can only imagine after going out on a date with Nick one-on-one, it's just going to make it even more.
See what the deal. Hello. How are you guys? Wow, you look so pretty. How was it?
Good to see you.
I like your dress. You look cute.
Yeah, doesn't she look fantastic? Oh my goodness.
Hi, Annie.
Hello. Nick and Danielle walk through the door, and April and I are both excited because that means that things are going smooth.
To see them both come home and be so excited and be so happy, that makes me happy because if it didn't go well, then it wouldn't work out with Danielle being part of the family.
To be patiently waiting, eagerly anticipating.
Yeah, I think it went really good.
Good.
First one-on-one date.
Yeah,
it was nice. We never had before, so I was like, oh,
I know.
that's
Touch base and see where we're at with things.
Yeah, I'm excited to you know get that recap.
More.
Yeah.
Well, I think me and Danielle might have a little talk.
Okay. Sounds good. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Sounds great. April and I are both excited that, Nick wanted to have Danielle spend the night with him, because that means that during the date they had a connection. We trust Nick's judgment, and if both of them are comfortable and that's something that they want to do, we're open to that.
Oh boy, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I'm finding it hard to digest this one. You know what? Let's just let it play out a little bit longer. Huh? Let's let it play. Let's see what happens here. Okay.
Tomorrow, hear more.
Yeah, I want to hear a lot more. All right. Good night, guys. Good night, baby. We always make sure that we're in a separate bedroom, separate area of the house when Nick's doing his thing. Jen and I just will stay in the guest bedroom, give him the privacy, especially being the first night. Let him go ahead and have the whole night together.
Oh, I know.
Oh, sounds like they have a lot of fun.
They look good too.
Yeah,
they
look
cute
so
together.
cute. Coming up.
Hi, Amor.
Hi. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you, she said.
I feel like with Bird, it's the constant roller coaster of emotions. I don't want to build up any type of resentment towards her. Definitely something we're gonna have to work through.
We're gonna call Roberta and see if she has a few minutes to chat.
All right. Yeah.
We're at an Airbnb in Los Angeles with our potential sister wife, Leah, and we are excited to see how things go and how we all interact.
But when it comes to Leah, Roberta's definitely with some jealousy.
We would really like to do a video call or chat with Roberta so she feels a part of the whole courting and dating process, and that she knows this is important to us, how she feels.
Hi. I guess I should probably.
Hi, Amor.
Oh, hi, sister.
Hi, Amor.
Hi.
Oh.
Here.
Hi, Leah. Hi. How are you today?
Nice to see you, she said.
We're still learning Portuguese and Roberta's still learning English, so we can't really communicate super well.
Can you hear us?
Oh.
Good translator. Hold on. Let's see. Okay.
We're excited for us all to get to know each other on this trip.
Estamos ansiosos para que todos nós possamos nos conhecer.
Yeah. Sim.
I know it's a little bit hard for you not being here with us.
Eu sei que é pouco difícil para você não estar aqui conosco.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's okay. I want to give you a hug. I love you.
Yeah.
Te amo.
Love you.
Tudo bem, eu quero te dar abraço. Eu te amo, Guiana.
Love you, my sweet sunshine.
Te amo, meu doce
Me
sol.
too, baby. Yeah, me too.
Miss you.
Yeah.
Do you want to take a minute and talk to her?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, we can go.
You know how to read a room, huh?
You all see what's happening here, right? But Roberta, I see what you're doing here. Look at her and Jarrett, huh? Oh, they want to have a long time, do they, all of a sudden? Oh, why is that? Oh, is Roberta crying, is she? Oh, is she trying to take all the attention to herself, is she? She doesn't want the new girl to come in and take in the attention that she already she has. Ah, man, I can't wait for it to actually land in the US so these women can go head to head properly, you know what I mean? Because, boy, Roberta's a problem. And so is Jarrett. Look at him. He's like, I thought you were all meant to do things together. But nah. She wants to remove both Danielle and the other lady out of the way so she can get that time that she wants to sow, because she wants to make sure that no matter what happens, she has Jarrett in her little pocket. Ah, dear man, manipulation. It doesn't matter what type of relation you're in this world. Manipulation is always a bloody thing with toxic people, greedy people, selfish people, narcissistic people. You name them, they keep happening. But hey, let's continue.
Very emotional, very, very emotional. I feel like with Bird, it's a constant roller coaster of emotions all the time. She doesn't want to feel like she's getting pushed out or replaced. If we end up pursuing the relationship, I would definitely have to work that out with Roberta, because I don't want to build up any type of resentment towards her. Definitely something we're going to have to work through. It's going to take time.
Oh, baby. Miss you.
Me too.
You're so special.
You're very special for me.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. haven't seen Roberta on a video call, a camera, since Mother's Day, so it's been a long time for us. Where she lives, it's very difficult to get internet service, so the communication is so spotty. That doesn't help things. Just wish she was here, so it's hard.
You is my king, my love.
Yeah. You're my queen. Yeah.
I'm new, and I kind of just feel like guilty spending so much time with you guys, and like Bert does not get to spend that time, and it kind of just makes me feel bad. Like I don't want us to start having like issues with like jealousy and whatnot,
Like between you and her?
Yeah, because I've always felt like she didn't like me, or she wasn't really trying to get to know me. Like every time we would text and stuff, it's like she was very short. She never asked me what do I like to do, like just basic questions that you ask a person when you're trying to get to know them. So I just felt like maybe she was or maybe subconsciously just jealous,
I love your heart.
My thing is this: does my relationship with Garrick depend on whatever he has going on with Bert? Like, are we gonna have to slow down because she's not here? Like, how does that work?
Yeah. Very good question. I've definitely started questioning if it was the best time to start looking for a third wife. When we first started living plural, I dealt with a lot of jealousy with Roberta. But maybe, I don't know, Roberta has never been put in a position, in a sense, to feel that. There are so many things with Roberta still, and adding a third wife, I could see it being like a battle for her to deal with.
Next time on Seeking Sister Wife.
We're plural.
Danielle's moving smart. Moving sly and smart. Look at her playing the game. She knows what she's doing. She knows what she wants. She knows she's trying to get Berta to potentially either behave herself or to push her out. You know what I mean? She wants to control, and it's crazy though, because Roberta shouldn't be the you know what? What do I know? I'm not a part of these poly lifestyles, you know what I'm saying? But I would have thought that Danielle being the first one, she's kind of like the one that would kind of set the tone of whether someone's going to be allowed in there or not Roberta. But then again, though, we saw that with Robin Brown, didn't we? So I guess it doesn't always matter whether or not you're the first wife. It just matters about which one the husband wants to listen to more, or the boyfriend, whatever the situation may be. But it seems to me as if we've got another couple that we haven't met yet that's going to be here next week as well. So, the couples just keep growing. But hey, with that being said though, that is this week's episode. You guys let me know what you're thinking. And I'm definitely looking forward to next week's episode to see exactly what develops when it comes to Seeking Sister Wife. But hey, make sure you hit the subscribe button, like button, and notification bells on. We are done and we are out. Peace.